up, YouTube? It's your boy JusRzd, and today we are reviewing Solo Leveling Season 2, Episode 1. Bruh. This show. Look, when Season 1 dropped, it caught me off guard. Didn't expect this show to go so crazy. I wasn't really into still not for real into isekai type anime. That's just not it's not my steez, it's not my thing. So when I got to Solo Leveling, I was just like watching the first episode. I was like, yeah, it's cool. It seemed a little interesting. But he trash right now, but it seemed a little interesting. Maybe throughout the season, you know what I mean, we'll see him progress into something worth something. End of the episode, all hell breaks loose, and I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. I thought y'all was finished, but put up in that ass the money. Y'all thought it was finished, but nah. I was like, wait a minute, what is going on? It's too much. What's going on? But yeah, that first episode had me hooked for the rest of the season, bro. By the end of the first episode, I was like, yeah, I need to see about Solo Leveling. I need to see what Sunji and Wu finna do in this Solo Leveling, cause bruh, the way that first episode of the first season ended, and then the rest of the season just continued to build upon itself and was fire. So it was only 12 episodes. For real, it was only 12 episodes. Technically 13 because they had like a little recap in the middle. But it was only 12 episodes. Now, Season 2, Episode 1. I thought, sometimes they go crazy in the first season, and then second season, Episode 1, they kind of like chill a little bit, let the story breathe a little bit. Nah, we right back into action. Hands galore. So, this particular episode starts with Sunji and Wu in bed, sleep. He gets a call from his sister, and she's like, yo, did you forget what day it is? You sleep? He was like, yeah, I was asleep. I was completely exhausted. He was like, yo, you supposed to be meeting with my teacher. He was like, oh, shoot. So he gets up, rushes down, goes to meet with his sister, with his sister's teacher at her school. They have a nice conversation. He asks her, or the teacher asks him, he's like, yo, if your sister ever awakens, would you ever let her become a hunter? Immediately, he's like, no. No, we're not doing those games. I'm not about to let that happen to my little sister. You feel me? So then we see him actually meet up with the young lady he took into the dungeon in Season 1 that was an E ranked as well, and we see them have a conversation. She's like, look, man, I don't care what you got to say, I'm not gonna stop hunting. Feel like a better way. Like, I don't care what you got to say, I ain't gonna stop hunting. And he's like, hey, it is what it is. You recognize this person? You're like, oh, you Sanjina's brother? He's like, yeah. So he ends up pretty much taking her on the next expedition that they had, which was I believe it was a C rank dungeon, and they had 10 people. Of course, it was Sunji and Wu, it was her, and then they had an A rank. I believe it was 5 B rank and 2 C rank, and then it was them 2. So a total of there should be a total of 10. And of course they get the rundown from the people in charge of the gate about everything. Like, yeah, everything should be good, should be copacetic. And then one of them pulls Sunji and Wu to the side and like, hey man, why don't you hold back and chill back? It's a C rank dungeon, so you should be straight, but why don't you hold back and chill for a little bit? Because that way they'll have something to do. It'll keep them busy. You know what I mean? And you won't have to show out too much. He was like, I got you, bro. Ain't no problem. I ain't sweating. And so as soon as they enter into the dungeon, and I know I missed the part, but as soon as they enter into the dungeon, the joint immediately shifts into a red gate. And what a red gate turns out to be is it's like a a dungeon with a boss that you have to clear. It's not like a typical gate. It transforms into like a upper level dungeon where you have to clear the boss. It's higher level enemies, higher level experience, and you pretty much have to clear the boss or outlast until the dungeon pretty much ends. You can't just come in and out like a normal gate. So you pretty much get trapped in there until you defeat the boss until the time runs out. And so their crew is kind of like bewildered. Sun Jin Woo tries to reach out there and warn the people, like, yo, call the head dude, because this ain't supposed to happen, but we gonna try to make it out. So they call the head dude, and before all of this happens, we actually see Hwang come into the airport, come into the Korean airport and be met by one of the head people of the Hunters Guild Association. And of course, he pulled up because at the end of season 1, it already hinted that he was gonna pull up in Korea to holler at Sun Jin Woo and the D rank hunter that was in the gate that his brother died in. And he was gonna holler at both of them, see what's up with him, possibly put hands on him. And so he gets to Korea and he's met by the Hunter Guild Association dude. He's like, oh, you gonna try to stop me from putting hands on him? First, I'm gonna see what's up with the E rank dude, Sun Jin Woo. Then I'm gonna see what's up with the D rank dude, and then we gonna see what's up. And so dude ends up actually taking him to the gate where Sun Jin Woo was. And of course, when they pull up, they see that it's a red gate. They see that it's closed. We see that the dude, the head of the guild that they were working for at the time, is actually there. He knows Hwang, and he's like, "Yo, why you here?" Like they like, you supposed to be in America. Why you over here in Korea? Like, what's up? Like kind of a even standoff real quick. And Hwang's like, man, I'm disappointed. I wanted to see what's up with Sun Jin Woo, but now I don't even know if he gonna make it out the gate. It's a red gate. He an E-Reg, he probably gonna die. So it's just like, man, whatever. And so we see Sun Jin Woo and the whole squad back in the dungeon. It's like this ice dungeon. And the whole crew is just kind of trying to figure out what's going on. And all of a sudden, while they're in the middle of talking and discussing, and Sun Jin Woo's telling them what a red gate means and what's about to go down and what's occurring right now, the young lady that he brought in there with him, the other E-ranker, turns around and almost pretty much gets shot in the face with an arrow, but Sun Jin Woo catches it before it hits her. And unfortunately, they also shot one of the C-rankers, and he wasn't as fortunate to have Sun Jin Woo to stop the arrow, so he's unfortunately no longer with us. He's unalived. And of course, that prompts the A-ranker and everybody to see that there are ice elves or ice slayers in the trees shooting arrows at them. And so the A-ranker gets the bright idea, like, yo, we're gonna split up into groups. You and the B-rankers follow me. Everybody else, y'all can stay here. So the two E-rankers, the C-ranker, I think he pulled off one more, like a lower tier B-ranker. He's like, yeah, you can stay here too. And then one of the other B-rankers noticed that Sun Jin Woo caught the arrow. She was like, you know what? You go ahead. I'm gonna actually stay with Sun Jin Woo and see what he's talking about. And so now they got this little party. They split up into two. We got the A-ranker and his group pushing forward, and then we got Sun Jin Woo and his group pushing forward. They're pushing through the forest. The forest happens to be ice bear territory, and they get pulled up on with some ice bears. But we see the A-ranker making quick work of the ice bears, and then we see Sun Jin Woo just kind of be like, "Look, man, we pushing through this forest." They notice that this is ice bear territory, but he's like, "Look, if this ice bear territory, they don't really have no known predators, so we ain't got to worry about nobody else but the ice bears. So it's smart that we going this way. So we gonna go this way, and then if the ice bears pull up, they gonna get two-pieced out." And so what I need from y'all, I need y'all to not ask me about nothing and to not ask me for nothing. Just follow my lead and chill out. And so they're like, all right, cool, whatever. The ice bears pull up. Sun Jin Woo summons the Shadow Army and starts going crazy, destroying all the ice bears, even to the point where they get to an ice bear lair where the king of the ice bears pops out. And of course, by that time, because they fought so many ice bears, his shadow army is pretty much depleted, and he's depleted of mana, so he can't even resurrect them. And he had already called Egress out. And so this is the first time we actually get to see Shadow Egress show out. And you know, when he first fought Egress, he told Egress to put the blade down, and they went fist to fist. So now Egress got his blade, and even Sun Jin Woo was amazed with how skilled Egress was with the blade, and made quick work of the Ice Bear King, and just demolished him. Then we cut back to the A ranker. We saw he was doing quick work with the Ice Bears, but as we can see, when we catch back up to him, he's at a cliff, kind of just standing there afraid, and we see his party getting picked off by Ice Slayers on the top of the cliff. They're just pretty much shooting him away. Then we see another Ice Slayer pop up behind him and stab one of the teammates to ensure that he was unalived. And yeah, the A ranker just screams and runs away. And then we see this shadowy ice, this shadowy Ice Slayer on a horse pull up. And he might be the Ice Slayer King. He might be the Frost Monarch. We don't know. Or the Ice Monarch. I think it's the Ice Monarch. But we don't know. We just see a shadowy figure on a horse, and we see the A ranker running away. I'm not sure if he's gonna make it out, because the episode kind of cuts away at that particular point, and we pretty much continue with episode 2, which hasn't dropped yet. But man, when I tell you episode 1, bruh, stakes already up to here. Stakes are already up to here, because if they don't make it out, they either gonna have to wait for this time limit to end, or they're gonna have to defeat this boss. Now, I will say, I'm sure with Sun Jin Woo's inventory and with his items and all that stuff, he can refuel his mana or his mana and resurrect his army and do all that. But at the same time, it's just like, if the A ranker ran away and his whole squad got demolished, how bad and tough are these Ice Slayers? Because they made quick work of him from what it looked like. The way they cut away and cut back to him and everybody was gone. It's just like, bro, the whole squad, all to be ranked. This is supposed to be a C rank dungeon, but now it's a red gate. So now everything is stronger. Everything is more experienced. So I'm interested to see how Sun Jin Woo gonna handle the situation and put hands to the dude on the horse. I'm just interested to see how he gonna do it. I am also interested to see if the A ranker gonna make it out. I hope he do, but cause he was kind of cold with the armor and the shield and the axe and stuff like that. So he was kind of cold. So I hope he do make it out, but I wouldn't be surprised if he don't, because his whole crew just got annihilated. But I'm also interested to see the B ranker, who was just like, you know what, I'm gonna stay with Sun Jin Woo. I'm interested to see how she fares, if she's gonna do anything. But yeah, I'm interested to see what Sun Jin Woo is gonna do with the rest of it and how he gonna get about this dungeon. But man, this particular episode, for a debut episode, I'm gonna give it a 9. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 9. Because it was cool. It started out chill. I mean, him meeting his sister's teacher, having a conversation with him, and then him taking Shorty Doo-Wop, the other E ranker, under his wing. And so that was cool. That was interesting. So then it just picked up once they got into the dungeon. Same way it happened in the first episode of season 1. It just picked up once they got into the dungeon. So I give it a 9. Let me know in the comments below how y'all feel about this particular episode. If you're watching Solo Leveling, if you haven't seen it, definitely put it on your watch list if you're an anime fan. Season 1 was phenomenal. Season 2 looks to be following up with the same, bro. The same type of... It seemed like the animation that got crisper. The storytelling, I've already seen some things in the manga. So I already know certain plot points. I don't know how to get to those certain plot points, but I already know certain plot points. So I know the story finna be fire. And I'm just interested to see what they do this season. And I'm interested to see if it's gonna still be 12 episodes, or if they're gonna double that and do like 24, or maybe just like 15 or something like that. But I'm here for more Solo Leveling. I'm here to see how this story unfolds. And hey man, I'm tapped in. So let me know in the comments below if you're tapped in. Let's chop it up about this particular episode. And thank you for tuning in to another edition of Ray's Reviews. This time for Solo Leveling Season 2, Episode 1. Hey, like I said, this anime is fire. This anime is fire. And stay tapped in with your boy and like the video, share the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so that way you can be notified anytime we actually upload a new video on the channel, which is every day. So stay tapped in with your boy and never forget, it's free soul to the show free. Let's get it.